everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War 2 with this Polish-Lithuanian campaign. Last time around we had super unfortunate events. One of the replays, the map got screwed up. It happens sometimes. I don't know why. A town spawns in the middle of it, or in this case there was a ridge and a sort of hill that disappeared and everything got... somehow I still won the battle. Oftentimes, when the map changed, you lose the battle. But in this case, I won it. Probably because the probability of me winning was so high to begin with. Or that I didn't really do any big major maneuvers in that battle. And the second one, which was so huge, because I figured out there was 20,000 Ottomans in the end in the battle. That battle just crashed halfway through. So that was also unfortunate. But and another unfortunate thing was I was hoping I'd make a bigger leap and we'd go against Russia. But the thing is, the Ottomans they haven't given up. I thought they would give up after such a defeat, losing the capital and everything like that, but they keep on, and I think it's because really what it is, it's the power level. We're at the same power level. So that's really where it's at. Also, I was able to get the Pope to become my protectorate, but I had to give up basically everything I had. At one point I was thinking about actually reconquering Naples and putting that part of the deal, but I don't think the AI values that as much. I don't really know how the AI in Empire values thing. I feel like they value money the most. Territory, not really that much, unless it's some sort of core territory that they want. But even then, I feel like, you know, you have to throw in some money for them to accept the territory. They won't just accept it right off. And technology as well. But I think it's a lot due to how the difficulty level when you run the campaign. The higher it is, the less likely the AI is to accept anything, even if it's your best ally. There can't be a one-to-one trade, or even if you like, you know, a pretty poor military technology and you give like really good intellectual tech one-to-one, they won't agree to that. And I also feel like it seems like it's depending on how much money I have. So in this case I have 2 coins left in my treasury. If I'd, you know, the power of that 1 coin would mean 50% of my balance, and that would mean more to the AI than if, say, I had 2,000 and I gave them 500, because that would be only 25% of my balance. I feel like that plays a bit into it, but I don't know. I haven't really like tried to figure it out. It's odd that way. Anyways, but that gives me the opportunity, since we weren't able to sign a peace deal with the Ottomans, that gives me opportunity to strike at the fleet. So I'm gonna take, first and foremost, I'm gonna take this fleet right here, which I've built, and I'm gonna move it close enough that I get it in support, hopefully. Or just that as this one leaves port, the enemy does not actually move to intercept it, and I can bring this one in, and suddenly I have a full 20 stack fleet. It's all 56 gun ships, except for the lead ship, which is a 90 gun one. I've gone ahead and put a admiral on it with a ship's cat. So we've got to keep him out of harm's way, if no other thing than for the cat. And with that, I think we'll go ahead and have this naval battle, shall we? And then I might go ahead and see if I can't strike at the Ottomans somewhere else. I think there might be a naval episode where I go after the Ottomans' navy, because I feel like a lot of their power is probably stored within the military. Currently, to win the campaign, the only thing I need to do is invade Sweden, but I kind of want Sweden there, just in case. To keep the Russians busy. I feel like now when I look at the prestige here, I was going to look at the prestige and see where the Ottomans are, which the Ottomans are now number 1. The naval power is about 4,000 and the military is 5,000. So they store a lot in their navy compared to me, which is only 1,000 compared to 4,500. It's interesting though that the Ottomans are they're the first with almost 10,000 points, followed by the Mughal Empire. Then we have France, which held the lead for the longest time, followed by the Marathan Confederacy. Then we have Great Britain. I feel like my best position was 4th, so I guess I have fallen a little bit. Then we have Spain, and then we have the Dutch. The Dutch are roughly on the same level as me. It's about 25%, 25 points difference. And then we have Russia. So I end up then in 7th place, ahead of Russia, just below the Dutch. Sweden's still here, even though they have actually lost basically everything. Norway actually broke free, set up trade with Norway. They still... Hanover holds Iceland. Sweden, I guess, sold it to Hanover. Or did they invade it? Are they at war with each other? They were just war with the pirates. At one point, I guess, they were at war with Sweden. Yeah, Sweden only has Sweden left. And I'm sure the that area there is looted. So it could be in that up there. So, I mean, the Russians are advancing quick into Sweden. I have handed over quite a bit of technology to the Swedes to kind of combat this. And I'm thinking, actually, before we invade Russia, I'm gonna prop up Russia by giving them a lot of military technology. So they're on the same level as me, so we get like proper troops rather than thieving Cossacks. Is that a unit called thieving Cossacks? And then we have Volga the Poor. Poor Volga people. And People of the Earth Regiment. What on God's name? How has Russia managed to defeat Sweden when their armies consists of convicts? I guess that's the... what's they called? What was the guy that Putin shot down? Prigozhin and his guys. Convicts. I mean, I guess it's on par with Russia's strategy. People of the earth, poor people, convicts. They do have some here. Prebryansky Grenadier Guard. But I want to face more of this rather than thieving Cossacks and the poor, the river poor. Anyway, so enough of that. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a naval battle. This should be... why is it taking so long? This should be an absolute blowout, because look at the manpower. Actually, that's the cannons. But look at it. we're gonna run into this, absolutely annihilate them, and hopefully I'll be able to sign peace after that. Open up all my ports. Probably gonna raise my income to like 20,000 at least. Gives me enough money to prepare for my Russian invasion. Also, it's kind of interesting. It's hard to find all the special units in all the different areas I hold. So I find it easier to actually go in on the general or the army and then see what I can recruit there. And I found out that I can recruit Irish Grenadiers. I don't know where they came from, but apparently I have some. And I mean, I was gonna recruit some of those Ottomans to use against the Ottomans, but it seems like maybe if the Ottomans don't go ahead and do anything about it, I can send some of them Ottomans down to the Levant and free Jerusalem or something. Anyways, let's see about having this naval battle before we get any crazy ideas. And here's the result of the battle. We deployed 20 ships against 20 of the enemy. Apparently they only lost 3. But that's because I captured 17 of their ships. I made, from the prize money, a whopping 24,000. One thing that struck me, though, with this naval battle was just the insane amount of ships that surrendered. I mean, you can see just as much of their fleet. 17 ships surrendered to be captured by me. I didn't board them. We just, I guess, overwhelmed them with cannon fire. And, yeah. That's the result. One of our ships managed to get a chevron, which is probably needed, given that there was quite a few of my own ships that surrendered as well. High casualties on quite a number of ships. I believe the Admiral, yeah, he was kind of slow and he didn't get into battle because everyone surrendered before him. As he was the largest ship there. 24,000 gold for selling off that fleet. So I started off this video with 2 coins in my coffers. Now I have 24,000. And he gets command of frigates. Blockade runner. What? Oh, because he sunk the fleet that was blockading the port. How much does that... Yes, just as I said. Now it upgraded me from about 15,000 per turn to 21,000 per turn. Is there any point of... Or is there any trade that is blocked? That's the wrong... where am I supposed to go? Here. Trade. There. France. Our trade with France is blocked, but I think that's on their end. Same with the Mughal Empire. I don't think we have a single port that trades with the French. I believe it's the... What on earth? One ship from Savoy is able to block our trade with France. Why am I not trading through this port then? Why are we trading through here? I can trade through the Mediterranean. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and repair this. What's that gonna cost? It's gonna cost me 2,600. So it's gonna take a little bit out of that 24,000. Now we do have to remember that quite a lot of those ships were ships that I had previously recruited. These war galleons, but the war galleons is still only about 1,600. So that would have been 10 or more. Even, you know, to even come close to the level, which I very much doubt, even though there were quite a few of them. Right, I'm gonna be heading towards the Russian border. I'm gonna recruit this grenadier unit right here, and that's gonna take over for the Mayovsky grenadiers, as was previously stated. In terms of technology, we're advancing rather rapidly. There's a few here. This one, we're not doing any good headway on that. I think we can switch that out to something else that is more reasonable in the amount of turns it will take. Possibly something military, as I'm going through the military ones. Or maybe, since we're starting off with the Navy now, that I should go for something with the Navy. Good. I'll be ending turn and moving to the Russian border, and then I think I might just take this army right here and move on into Anatolia. Are they still mighty? Yeah, they're still mighty, so very doubtful that they'll sign peace. I'll be hunting down their navy though, and then maybe bottling up their own trade. What kind of trade are they making? If we look here, Ottoman Empire is making 7,000 through this trade here, and they're making 3,000 over here. So going after their ports, or maybe paying people off to blockade them. But that would be important. Taking Anatolia would take a lot of them, but also like going after, say, Jerusalem in Palestine, and taking the Palestinian region. Taking that. Maybe Egypt. Have you ever heard of a Polish Egypt? Next to Russian-held Libya. Next to British-held Tunisia and Algeria. Spain controlling Morocco, isn't that spectacular? But there we go. Well, Hanover controlling Iceland. That's pretty spectacular. I could possibly take Egypt and then trade it with the British for some Caribbean island. We need some of that good sweet old sugar, don't we? Sugar cane. Wonderful. There are ideas of how we can end this episode, but none of it will come to pass unless I go ahead and end turn. So let's do just that. What on earth is this? William III of Great Britain has declared war on us. Their power is terrifying. They have a number of allies. France? What kind of universe is this where Great Britain is allied with France? United Provinces? Wait, they are allied with the Russians. And we're allied with the Russians. Portugal. Maybe not that big of a deal with Great Britain and Portugal, but France? Anyways, why are they declaring war on me? Were they just... I was just below... No, I was just below the Dutch in ranking. Why? What province would they want from me? I hold nothing that they would want. Looks like we're in just the Mediterranean. Are they going after Greece? It's the British Museum! Now I get it. They're looting artifacts out of Greece. Right. I'm not going to call my allies because I know no one's going to go against Great Britain. But, yeah. Let's see what these bastards land. Well, well, well. Just as I thought, they're going to raid Greece. Well, this certainly wasn't on my bingo card. The Great Britain was going to declare war on me. Of all the nations that I thought might declare war on me. Looks like none of their allies join them, though. We have a lot of stuff being built everywhere. The Comanche come back just in time to witness this. Okay, so what have Britain brought to Greece? African horse hunters, a ton of them. Slaves armed with axes, buccaneers, Amazons. What is this army? Coldstream Guards. In among all of this mess of slaves, pirates, African skirmishers of all kinds. A regiment of Bath. Unlucky for them, we've got Briant's army situated close enough that he can move in and strike as soon as possible. Did he just say Medici? And we also get the Greek infantry militia. Can I get more of those? We need more Greeks to defend their island. Should I do Greek women? Greek women seem such a odd thing. Let's just spam out Greeks. The Greeks! Hurry! The British Museum are here. Gather your guns! Right, I won't make it I won't be making it there in one turn. It's kind of a small fleet, actually. They have one big ship, the Resistance. I would like my fleet repaired beforehand, though. Before I sail after them. I'm sure they're gonna stay here anyways. And then maybe I can slip across with troops out of this army, force this navy out and sink that. I think we're gonna have to go pretty hard on the Ottomans. What I'm thinking is to really break them down. Wait, what's this? Georgia. What I think we'll do, we'll have to go on a rampage where we land somewhere here. We don't attack to hold, we attack to break up, and then like all these different areas will like rebel or be given away to destroy the Ottomans' economy thoroughly. But before any of that, we need to deal with the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Which in this case is pirates, slaves, and all kinds of nonsense. Right, let's go ahead and turn, shall we? Bad news, seldom travel alone. Spain has declared war on me as well. This one I can understand, since I basically, you know, took Naples from them, in a way. Or created an independent state out of that. They are friends with the Marathan Confederacy, the Ottoman Empire, Venice, France, Genoa. This... Everyone's so... what's it called? Global in their alliances. Why can't anyone be like me with, you know, reasonable allies? Anyways, we'll have to deal with the Spanish as well, somehow. I don't border them anywhere. Spinning Mule. So the 360 spinning mule gif that we just invented. Athens is being besieged. Trade with Spain. That guy was successful yet again. Factory master. I built military schools everywhere. Probably unlocked quite a few interesting troops by that. Wait, was that excavation of something? Just in time for the bloody British to come through. Maybe I should go through this list later, see if there's anything interesting now when we built up. Yeah, I can actually build the organ gun. The range of it though is awful. Go through this and check. Galician volunteer, Ukraine elite infantry. We'll have a Ukrainian brigade. Wait, was that two different types of Austrians? The Janissaries, of course. Yeah, I don't see anything super new. Let's go ahead and relieve the siege of Athens. So, wait, why am I not getting reinforced by the town? There's 9,000 British troops. Or, I say, British within quotation marks. Most of these are auxiliary troops from Africa, and then pirates. This should be easy enough to dispel. I imagine my winged hussars could run over half of these. Anyways, onwards to battle. Defend the artifacts. And here they come. The African hunters. Let's go ahead and fire straight into that. Deploy my own cavalry onto this flank. Right now the Africans are going after the foot guards. Not going too well. The East India Company defeated as well. Up here more African hunters. Oh, they're women. I didn't think that. Let's see. Can I get my batteries possibly to fire on oncoming cavalry? And then hurry up, get my infantry into position. The cavalry is sent away. No match for the guards. And all my other troops. Let's go ahead and hold the Lithuanians. The Lithuanians are backed up by the Grenadier Brigade. Right, these guys are sent off. Cannons. Focus on these. I noticed something over here. Oh, there's a huge cluster of enemy troops. But look at some of these. Let's see if we can't get a close look at one of these. There's something seriously wrong with these guys. Or they just taken makeup and then looked at the makeup tutorial for Donald Trump. Switch to canister, as I'm sure we're gonna be regaled by these. I think what's it called? Jaundice? Or what's the one where you get gold, like yellow? The huntresses, get rid of them. The Polish cavalry will advance. We'll also advance the foot guards. Let's make sure that these cannons are not firing into friendly troops. The brigades here should end up nicely with the guards setting up along the road and the Lithuanians pulling back to set up on the flank. As they've got no cavalry, I'm not too worried about the Lithuanians. Otherwise, Lord Herbert's regiment. That's silly. What's that silly sod doing here? That silly sausage. Herbert and his stupid regiment. I'm sending in the cavalry to deal with Herbert and his silly troops. Okay, let's actually pull back and reorganize the cavalry a little bit. We've sent away a large part of all of their cavalry, I should say, actually, at this point. Guards forward. Oh, they're coming straight towards the canister here. Irregular slaves? What are these? It's the buccaneers. That makes sense. They probably have... That's the scurvy. They've got scurvy, that's why. I probably need to support... Where would I put my hussars? Probably need to support them right in there in the center. Alright, let's send all three of them after Herbert. And I'll get the guards to go in between the 11th Regiment and the house over here. Let's see, what are the slaves doing right now? I don't know if this was very useful by the Brits to send these to try and raid a bunch of artifacts from the Greeks. What they didn't know was throwing axes? What are these? What's the slaves? And then there's a few regular English regiments. Oh, they're pretty old. They're still around turn of the century. Not like us. Oh, they're coming real close to the cannons here. You ready? Oh, he's ready to fire it as well. You're just gonna stand there and get obliterated? Okay, so single. Okay, move away. Move aside. Alright, Herbert's regiment is actually doing fairly well. Well, I forgot. Fire on this house. Run away, run away. I'll have my cannons run away. Scurvy-ridden bastards. Forward, the cavalry. Right, we're pretty good all along the line. But I think the slaves and the buccaneers probably have had enough. And as the winged hussars now roll forwards, should organize them like this and head after them, as they seem to be heading for the mountains now. Want to hit them before they reach the mountains. We were successful here. Go after this stupid mortar. They brought a lot of those mortars, and they did early on a lot of damage to my cannons. Are you coming back to the cannons? So are you. Wonderful. And we see the winged hussars here chasing down the poor slaves. I think we had the Coldstream Guard in the middle of all of this. Yes, we did. 1700. I remind everyone that it's 1737. The uniform is way out of date, but then again, am I saying that when I bring winged hussars to the fight? Oh, I completely forgot. I ordered the cannons to fire at that house just as my cavalry comes around there. We still have some of these bastards. Don't tell me now. It is Lord Rupert's regiment. He's still alive? The winged hussars fighting hard over there. I wonder here, guards, Regiment of Bath. Do you think my grenadiers could cut them through? I kind of want to get my troops up to support the winged hussars. Although the winged hussars seems to be doing fairly well. Not entirely sure why you're doing pretty poorly actually, because you're facing grenadiers and stuff. It would be nice to support them then. The entire grenadier brigade will advance. Cannons will hold fire. Regiments of infantry will turn. And then the regiments of infantry on this side will also advance. Oh, the Rupert's regiment actually charged us. Buccaneers, let's advance here. Cavalry, come around. It's a bit mixed of who is wanting to leave here, if it's our hussars. Actually, one is down now to 72. I kind of want to see if I can get a mass rout going though, as we're doing better in the center and on the right. So if we can get a mass rout going in, that is going to affect the guards as well. Or at least that I can get these two in to attack those two units. Actually head after the guards instead. Earl of Bath's regiment. Let's have the two line infantry advance over there. Yeah, the enemy was broken over here with everything. I want everyone then to head this way. Hard fighting over here as the enemy holds on. But now as my winged hussars come around from above and falling down upon them, we should be in the clear. Okay, reorganizing this a little bit because now they're all over the place. Infantry regiments set up on that side. Then we've got another 3 infantry over here. The guard brigade plus one of the infantry units. Go after the mortar, actually. Let's see, have the winged hussars managed to break these bastards yet? These Grenadier mercenaries and English foot guards hold strong. I think we're finally about to break them here, actually. It's the foot guards that hold out. Everyone else is routing. You know what? I'll push on after all of the infantry that is running away. We're actually suffering quite a bit over here. Let's redraw that line. These two grenadiers need to head up to support the attack on the Earl of Bath. Line infantry up to the road. Most of the enemy seem to be routing. The winged hussars have done it again. They've cut through everything. Cut down the Amazons. Really, the strong point is here, where we've got the Coldstream Guard, 2nd Battalion, I guess, and Grenadier Mercenaries, which are currently fighting. I would think the Lithuanian riflemen would be cutting these guys to pieces. But clearly that's not the case. And then we got 2 battalions of the Earl of Bath, although at this point they're cut down to regimental size. And we got all the line infantry. Set them up along there. And then the guards. I guess we turn the guards here. You know what? I ordered the cannons to fire on the buccaneers. And if I can get the guard brigade in order, we might go ahead and get rid of them. You know what? Let's have the winged hussars turn around, start heading this way to join the fight. English foot guards. Damn, the English foot guards. They really hold to the last man, don't they? Right, the cannon was enough to send off the really sickly buccaneers. Or maybe they're, what's it called? The Simpsons extras. That's why they're all jello. Although, I think them being sick is more likely. I mean, I'd say it's time to deal with this Earl of Bath bullshit. Let's have the 3 grenadiers advance and attack. Nick's first. Not the greatest angle. I think we're hitting a lot like here. I think this one could probably do better by heading out here. You can extend your line. And so can you towards here. And then Nick will extend his line as well. And the Grenadiers got rid of the Earl of Bath and will now continue to head up here. The Winged Hussars heading for these. The line infantry will be ordered towards the hill. Let's see if I can get the cavalry units to organize a little bit. We've got the guard units. I think this is really where it's going to be at, as the Winged Hussars is going to come down and hit the enemy in the back. That's when it's going to change. Even though it is some tremendous fire being brought down by the Lithuanians here. We will hold fire and allow for the Winged Hussars to do their work. Even with those tremendous charges in from the back. I do note that the British have not yet got socket bayonets. Or bayonets attached to the muskets. It seems like I am bounds and leaps ahead of everyone in technology. But there we go. I'd definitely call this a victory over the looters. Here's the result of the battle. The enemy deployed 9,000 men against our 6,000. I was a little bit sloppy, so I ended up losing 2,000 of my own men. The enemy, though, lost 7,000, so not really comparable. Highest killers goes to Winged Hussars, no surprise. And the Polsk cavalry, followed by Grenadier, and one of the horse artilleries. No surprise there. And hopefully, their entire force, was not destroyed. I will run them to destruction. It's a shame that I didn't get to use my, what's it called? My Greeks. I'm gonna build up the defense here, as I'm sure the Brits gonna come again. This is a very silly war. I'm gonna ask them for peace. Now I am terrifying and they're mighty. Ah, they agreed. Now these guys are mighty and I am terrifying. Will you also agree to peace? The proposal befouls the very air we breathe, dark servant of Iblis. What about Spain? What does Spain say? Spain is terrifying. We're gonna have to Britain. I don't know what that was. And they're still happy with us, even though it says total minus 46. Trade? They did a failed invasion. I'm sure they actually managed to get some artifacts with them as they left, the bastards. Damn those Brits. That was really odd part of the video. I did not expect to fight the British. Especially in an army is almost entirely made of African auxiliaries. Anyways, let's not linger here. I will try to sort out all these stupid plot lines, and we will hopefully be heading into Russia and deal with those bastards. Everyone's a bastard. Everyone who stands in my way is a bastard. But most importantly, the hand mortars. The Ottoman hand mortars. Those are the ultimate bastards. And on that note, I will say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you guys for the next one. Bye.